Hi guys, I know you've been waiting a long time. Well, today is the day I'm going to show you my new painting room. Before I show you my new painting room, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click that little bell to get notified each time I post a new video. And keep watching until the end as well, because I've got a giveaway announcement that I don't want you to miss. So I'm here in my old painting room because I wanted to show you where I used to paint and why I wanted a smaller, cozier room. This big room here is the room that I share with my husband. We call it our office, and this is where I used to paint up until about 3 weeks ago. We had custom cabinetry built in here in 2012 when I was working as a school teacher, so it was never really designed to be used as a studio. I used to paint on weekends in this little alcove here just beside my computer desk, and that was okay back then. But now that I paint full time, I found that that space wasn't big enough, so I moved out of that corner and onto the island bench in the middle of the room. There's plenty of cupboard space in this room, but there's nowhere for me to put my paper, and as you can see, my stuff is everywhere. So it's time for a new space. I had one of my watercolour paintings framed to hang in my new painting room, and I've been waiting to pick it up before I showed you the room. So I was very excited to receive a phone call from the framer a few days ago. So I went in and picked it up, and now I've got it hanging on the wall in my new painting room. So let me show you where I paint now. This used to be my son's bedroom, but now that our 3 kids have moved out, we've got 3 spare bedrooms, and we don't need 3 spare bedrooms. So that's why I thought it'd be a good idea to transform this room into a painting room. And that way I can clean up the office upstairs, and when this room gets in a mess, I can just shut the door on it. Okay, so let me give you a closer look around. So this is what my painting table looks like when I'm painting. I've got a towel that I lay out just to protect the tabletop. I've got plenty of room on my table now. I can spread out. I've got a plastic mat underneath my chair that protects the new rug that I bought. I bought a new LED lamp that gives me extra light when it's dark. So I'll show you inside some of the cupboards. This little drawer unit I've got beside my table. And in it I just keep things that I need really quickly when I'm painting. I've got erasers, black ink pens, I've got a mechanical pencil, sharpeners. So all this stuff is in easy reach beside me when I'm painting. In this next drawer I keep my watercolour dot charts from the different painting manufacturers. This is a Winsor & Newton dot chart, which I find invaluable. I use them all the time when I'm choosing colours, and they give me information about the particular colours that I want to use. So I've got the Daniel Smith's colour charts as well, and also a colour chart by Schminke. That's this one here. Down in this drawer, I've just got some more pencils and different things. I've got a stapler there for when I staple my watercolour paper to the board after I've stretched it. And down in the bottom drawer, I've still got the same sort of thing. I've got lots of erasers and different drawing tools. So in the wardrobe, down on the floor, I've got a box with all my palettes in it. There's a whole heap of different palettes in there. So I've got towels here to protect the table, and I've got old tea towels to wipe my brushes on. And on this shelf I've got all my coloured pencils. I've got watercolour pencils and ordinary pencils. These are all my watercolour brushes, and these ones here are all my acrylic brushes. I keep my paints in a fishing tackle box, which is a great way to separate all the colours. So these are all my Winsor & Newton paints. And in the back here, I've got a little container full of Daniel Smith paints. And then under that, I've got some other paints, just different types. So down there, I've got canvases, and I've also got a roll of Arches watercolour paper here. On this shelf here, I've got all my varnishes, and I've got some salt. On this shelf, I've got a cutting board, and in this box here, I keep all of the equipment that I use when I glue my watercolour paper to the cradled boards. So that's all kept in that box there. Then I've got some canvases and also a few aqua boards. So in this drawer here that's in the cupboard, I keep all my tapes and all my water activated tape that I use when I stretch my watercolour paper. And in this drawer here, I've got my watercolour journals. This one here has got the tutorials that I've put on YouTube. It's got the little wren and the orchid and the iris. So I've got to do some more in that one. So years ago, we bought an old plan cabinet at an auction for about $15, I think it cost us. And it's been sitting in our garage gathering dust. So Don is fixing it up for me. He's sanding it all back, and he's going to paint it white, and he's going to put some new handles on it, and then I'll be able to store all my paper and paintings in it. So while I wait for him to finish that, I've actually put my paper up here on the top shelf of the cupboard, so it's just sitting there loose. So I'm looking forward to getting it in that plan cabinet. This is where I'll put the plan cabinet when it's finished, right below this painting that I've been waiting for the framing to finish. I chose this painting because right outside this window there's some evergreen ash trees growing, and these king parrots come and feed on the seed pods every winter. So I kind of thought it was appropriate for this room. Let me show you what it looks like upstairs in our office now that I've got all my painting stuff out of there. It feels so good to finally get it clean. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed this little tour of my room. To celebrate my new painting room, I have a giveaway for you. I've got an original painting of mine that I'm going to mail to one lucky subscriber. I'll put the details in the description of this video, but basically all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, like this video, and write a comment telling me what your favourite subject is to paint. And I'll pick a winner at random, and they'll win this original watercolour painting. So the details are below. Thanks guys, and I'll see you soon.